Judgment Day to disband as Dominik Mysterio forms a new faction with 3 WWE stars. Exploring the possibility. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. WWE superstar Dominik Mysterio is trying to become a dual champion. Dirty Dom is the current Intercontinental Champion and is eyeing the AAA Mega Championship held by El Hijo del Vikingo. Interestingly, he is getting support from a very unexpected part of the Raw roster for this agenda. Amid his title pursuit, there is a chance that Dominik Mysterio could disband the Judgment Day and form a new faction with Tyler Bate, Ludwig Kaiser, and Pete Dunne. Mysterio has been teaming up with El Grande Americano a lot lately. He has also employed the luchador's trick of inserting a steel plate in his mask and using it to headbutt his opponents. The tactic earned Mysterio and Americano a win against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee 2 weeks ago on WWE Raw. Interestingly, while Ludwig Kaiser is the primary man behind the mask of El Grande right now, he also has 2 doppelgangers. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne also seem to be working under Chad Gable and have chosen to wear the mask. Since the Latino cheat is getting the help of these luchadors for his dual championship pursuit, he could disband the Judgment Day to form a new faction with them. Last week on Raw, Dirty Dom even stood over El Hijo del Vikingo while holding the Intercontinental title and the AAA Mega Championship. While this is a big possibility, all of this is speculation so far. Dominik Mysterio is seemingly the mastermind behind El Grande Americano. Chad Gable had constantly been hitting a brick wall with luchadors in WWE. Despite clashing with Rey Mysterio's Latino World Order several times, Gable's American-made always seemed to fall short. In January 2025, the Olympian sought the help of Dominik Mysterio to get an edge against luchadors. Dirty Dom gave Chad Gable the contact of a secret lucha libre master who taught him the secrets of the wrestling style. Shortly after, El Grande Americano made his first appearance on March 10, 2025 at Madison Square Garden. Unknown at the time, he attacked Rey Mysterio, costing him and Dragon Lee a match against the New Day. While accusations have always befallen Chad Gable, he has denied that he is El Grande Americano. Interestingly, the American-made associate has helped Dominik Mysterio several times after his arrival on WWE Raw. Moreover, the masked star actively teams up with the Latino cheat now. It will be interesting to see what lies ahead for this unusual collaboration. Liv Morgan declares her WWE return will be worth the wait. Liv Morgan showed executives and followers how much she was appreciated by posting a picture of herself holding her 2025 Slammy Award. Although it is reportedly not anticipated that she would be cleared until early 2026, she is sustaining the hype using bold social media strategies, such highlighting her fight with Dominik Mysterio. Liv Morgan might be away in terms of actual television appearance rates on WWE programming, courtesy of an undisclosed shoulder injury she sustained during a June Raw match against Kairi Sane. But that does not mean her efforts in the wrestling company remain unnoticed. Recently on social media, the former Women World Champion was seen holding the 2025 Female Superstar of the Year Slammy Award, a strong image statement and no words needed to send the message loud and clear. She may be out of action, but not out of mind. Thunderous homecoming of Liv Morgan. The sophistication of Morgan in their post is in its duplicitous simplicity. All that it took was a picture of the sparkling Slammy to remind fans, colleagues, and the creatives in charge of making it happen that she did indeed matter, and therefore, the ball should not be allowed to stop rolling down the mountain. This is according to what wrestling insiders such as Vince Russo believe is an intentional move to create buildup and generate a thunderous homecoming when she returns. Reports show that it is unlikely that Liv Morgan will be medically cleared until early 2026, further prolonging her hiatus and opening the story to further development. Meanwhile, she manages to keep her plot going, even on location. Morgan continued full steam on her screen love affair with Dominik Mysterio, declaring the couple to be the hottest, most influential, and most iconic pairings in WWE history. Liv Morgan's absence in WWE. Her loss has ripple waves beyond social media within the tag team division. Roxanne Perez has risen with Raquel Rodriguez to fill the formerly patricidal gap left by the Judgment Day, redistributing order and generating plots, even as the regenerative shadow of Morgan continues to tilt over the titles. Essentially, even though the body of Liv Morgan is outside of the ring, it is still being felt across WWE. A slammy photo here, bold declaration in social media there, one move after another ensures that fans are never bored, storylines evolve, and her eventual comeback is constantly on the edge of most people's minds. Also read, John Cena returns to WWE SmackDown. Will Logan Paul ruin? The moment, Solo Sikoa to introduce his female cousin as fifth member of MFT on WWE SmackDown? Exploring the possibility Solo Sikoa and MFT are currently part of WWE SmackDown. The villainous group recently suffered a loss against the Street Profits in a tag team match. Meanwhile, WWE dropped a major hint regarding a rumored feud involving Sikoa's faction on the Blue brand. The Wyatt Six was once again spotted in the background during MFT's backstage segment this past Friday. Last week, fans saw Eric Rowan in the background, and this time, Uncle Howdy himself was closely observing the faction. Recent reports have suggested that WWE is planning a feud between the two groups in the coming weeks. Solo Sikoa might introduce Nia Jax as the fifth member of MFT to tackle Nikki Cross from the Erie faction. The United States Champion stable is filled with powerhouses, but still, it lacks a female competitor amid its budding rivalry against the Wyatt Six. Uncle Howdy has Nikki Cross on his side. She has helped the group win numerous matches over the past year. Therefore, if Solo Sikoa wants to neutralize the threat posed by Cross, he must recruit the irresistible force to his faction. For those unaware, Sikoa and Jax are related in real life. Nia Jax's inclusion in Solo Sikoa's MFT will even the playing field. Besides Sikoa, the stable comprises Tonga Loa, JC Mateo, and Tala Tonga. Sikoa could expand his group's dominance to the women's division of the Stamford-based promotion with the help of his cousin Dot. As of now, this is mere speculation, and it remains to be seen what will happen when the Wyatt Six and MFT go head-to-head on WWE SmackDown. WWE can plan a major stipulation match for the Wyatt Six and MFT. If WWE is planning for a full-fledged showdown between the two groups on SmackDown, a potential War Games match could be a great stipulation to explore at Survivor Series. Over the past few years, the company has presented some hard-hitting War Games bouts, receiving a positive response from the audience. Top names like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and others have already competed in the War Games match. This year, the creative team could book the Wyatt Six versus MFT in a War Games bout to escalate the rivalry to new heights. Bronson Reed calls out Roman Reigns before Clash in Paris. Where's that part-timer? Bronson Reed isn't holding back ahead of WWE Clash in Paris. In a fiery promo, the Australian powerhouse took direct aim at Roman Reigns, mocking his part-time schedule. Where's that part-timer, huh? Reed snapped. I'm here every week. The Vision is taking over. Roman Reigns ain't here, but his shoes are. That last line wasn't just a throwaway, it was a jab at the running theme of this feud. Reed repeatedly stealing Reigns' sneakers as a twisted calling card. The war of words has quickly turned into one of WWE's most talked-about storylines. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce confirmed the two will finally meet one-on-one in Paris on August 31st, calling it the only way to settle weeks of cheap shots and disrespect. It's simple, Pearce said. Bronson crossed the line. Now he's got to answer for it. A rivalry built on mockery and stolen shoes. At SummerSlam, Reigns teamed with Jey Uso to beat Reed and Braun Breaker, but the post-match chaos told the real story. He once again grabbed Reigns' sneakers in front of the world, flaunting them like trophies. For him, it's not just about getting a win, it's about humiliating one of WWE's biggest stars and proving that the new wave is ready to eclipse the old guard. For Reigns, the stakes are different. This match will mark only his fourth televised singles bout since 2023, which raises the intensity even more. Every appearance from the tribal chief feels like a moment, and Paris is shaping up to be one of those rare nights where he has to silence a rising challenger. Head dash on Clash in Paris will take place inside La Défense Arena, at WWE's first major event in the city and only its second in France. That setting adds another layer of history to the showdown. Reed sees it as his chance to plant a flag in new territory. Reigns sees it as yet another reminder that even in Europe, the WWE universe still runs through him. Will Ospreay has always been brutally honest about where he's at, and this time was no different. Ahead of a huge career-defining moment, he shared a story about a chat that meant more than most. He spoke with Adam Copeland, better known to WWE fans as Edge, who told him the hardest part of serious surgery isn't the knife or the rehab, It's the fight inside your own head afterwards. Copeland gave him his number and said, "Call me whenever you need to." That gesture stuck with Ospreay because it was real. No ego, just one pro reaching out to another dot. And Ospreay admits it openly, he's scared, not of stepping into a cage with another world-class wrestler, but of what comes next. He's never been under the knife before, never had a major break, just a broken nose here and there. Now he's dealing with 2 herniated discs pressing on his spinal cord. He knows what the doctors are saying, but the thought that he may never move the same way again is eating at him. Fear colliding with pride. Still, he's not backing down from his match at AEWX NJPW Forbidden Door. The medical team cleared him, saying the fight won't make the injury worse. His wife trusts the call too. She wouldn't let him go through with it otherwise, but even with that reassurance, he can't shake the question. What if surgery changes everything? That's where pride and fear collide. Ospreay has built his name on high-risk, breathtaking moves. He knows he might have to adapt, like Jushin Liger and AJ Styles did when their bodies forced them to. He respects that path, but it hurts to admit he may lose the one thing that made him stand out in the first place. Pete Dunne, notably absent from WWE programming for months, suddenly showed up at a Riot Cabaret pro wrestling event in London on August 22nd. At that show, he stormed into the ring to save newly crowned champion Nico Angelo from an attack by ex-NXT UK peer Mark Andrews. That unexpected mosh pit moment had fans buzzing. The man who vanished from WWE SmackDown re-emerged in a different ring altogether. WWE was in Dublin that same night for its SmackDown UK, Ireland, France tour, and yet Pete Dunne was quietly making headlines in London. His reappearance isn't just a one-off cameo, it's a statement. It follows his earlier surprise at GCW's Bloodsport the 14th event on August 2nd, where he beat Jonathan Gresham. That only deepens the mystery around why he stepped away and how he's now posting up outside the WWE bubble. Unmasking the mystery. Who is El Grande Americano? The rumors get wild. WWE audiences have been debating who's behind the mask of El Grande Americano. Fans long suspected Chad Gable, but then he got injured and was confirmed sidelined with a rotator cuff surgery. Yet El Grande Americano kept appearing. That sparked speculation that Ludwig Kaiser, Tyler Bate, or Pete Dunne himself might have stepped into the mask. Now that Dunne is showing up unannounced in rival rings, whispers are swirling that the identity may never be officially revealed. But the momentum is, and that's the point. Pete Dunne's comeback-style appearances are doing more than just excite fans. They're sending a message. Maybe he's testing the waters for more fluid presence in wrestling beyond WWE's Monday or Friday nights. Maybe it's more about controlling his own character arc, where surprise and ambiguity work better than scripted promos. Odyssey Jones, 31, didn't expect his WWE journey to end the way it did. The release came last October, and while cuts are nothing new in the company, Jones insists his departure wasn't handled with fairness. According to him, it wasn't a storyline issue or lack of ability, it was sparked by a personal accusation outside the ring. Someone he had been involved with accused him of domestic abuse, though he makes it clear this wasn't his partner, just one of his women. Jones remembers getting the call from WWE and laughing at the way it was delivered, but the shock quickly turned into anger. He believes the company acted too quickly, pulling the plug before even considering his side of the story. For him, that was the real mishandling, being judged without a full look at the facts. A clash between perception and reality. Jones says he tried to explain, but the conversation never reached the right ears. WWE, known for reacting swiftly to anything that could damage its image, simply moved on. He insists the situation was blown out of proportion and rooted in misunderstanding. Yet, the decision stood. What stings him most is the feeling that there was no attempt to investigate or give him a fair chance to defend himself. Despite the setback, Jones didn't fade away. He took legal steps to clear his name and quickly returned to the independent scene, turning what could have been a career-ending blow into fuel. Every match outside WWE now feels like a statement proving that his story isn't over. And rooted in misunderstanding. Yet the decision stood. What stings him most is the feeling that there was no attempt to investigate or give him a fair chance to defend himself. Despite the setback, Jones didn't fade away. He took legal steps to clear his name and quickly returned to the independent scene, turning what could have been a career-ending blow into fuel. Every match outside WWE now feels like a statement proving that his story isn't over.